Hey guys, it's Krista. So if you don't know this about me, I have a 1, 2, and 3-year-old currently. So yes, rewind a year ago, I had 3 under 3. And today I want to share with you 4 truths about having a 1, 2, and 3-year-old. So if you're someone who wants more kids, or you're in the thick of it with little kids running around, or you just kind of like want to know how I do it, like what's the deal with this girl? Or maybe you have a 1, 2, and 3-year-old as well. I see you. Let me know if you can relate. And also stick around to the end if you want to see if I want more, if we're done. So before we jump into those 4 truths, if you don't know me, I'm Krista. I love to journal. I love to bullet journal. I fully believe that content creation is a form of bullet journaling. So here we are today, where I'm just kind of like chatting through a little bit about me. And honestly, like bullet journaling has been with me through motherhood. If you want to see more of the work that I do with journals, check the description below. I have some digital bullet journal spreads. I also make custom bullet journals, so in the description there's information on how to do that if you're interested, but let's get to it. Alright, the first truth about having a 1, 2, and 3-year-old is I had a very easy first baby, and pretty much my other babies are easy too. I always look at my oldest. She's 3 now, almost 4, and I'm just like, thank you. Like, she is so easy. Of course, like, she has her phases, like toddlerhood, she brought phases, and right now we're, in a bit of power struggles with that 3 to 4-year-old. But like, when she was born, like as a newborn, she barely cried ever. In fact, like, I wasn't nursing her enough and she wasn't crying, and the doctor was like, well, maybe she's not crying because she's like doesn't have enough food. But even after I started feeding her more, she still never really cried. So I mean, she woke up in the night. She was like not sleeping through the night right from the beginning. But anytime she cried, like, I knew what to do to fix it. So not colicky at all. So there you go. Very easy baby. Makes it easy to want to have another baby. And with that, I'll say that, like, I have easy pregnancies. So that's just something to think about if you are wanting kids back to back to back, is maybe how is your pregnancy affecting you? Mine didn't affect me that much. That said, I am coming off of being pregnant or breastfeeding or both for the past 5 years. I'm like basically done weaning my daughter right now, my like youngest. And I cannot tell you, like, the mental clarity that I feel right now. Like, I definitely think that for a while, maybe like as soon as I got pregnant with my second, or like my second was born, no, even with my first, like, you're kind of in survival mode for a bit. And I remember like reading a post or something a while ago of like, if you have little kids, like if you have 2 under 2, if you have little toddlers, little babies, you are not thriving, you are in survival mode. And I was like, excuse me, I'm thriving. But now looking back, I'm like, I was kind of surviving. Not really surviving. It's just, there is so much. So the first truth about having a 1, 2, and 3-year-old is just, you gotta think hard about your pregnancies, you gotta think hard about your babies, and if they are easy, go for it. And if you want it, go for it. But if they're not, then maybe, like no judgment here, right? That's the whole thing. Is it's like, I feel like people look at me and they're like, how do you do it? And I'm like, okay, yes, I'm amazing. It's like, no, I'm not like amazing. It's like my kids made it pretty easy. And honestly, another truth, this is like an extra one about me in general, is that I didn't want kids back to back to back. I had 2 siblings have 2 under 2, and I witnessed that, and I was like, I don't want that. I want 1 kid for a while, and I just want to savor my 1. And then, it just changes. You just don't know. I had my first, and after I had her, I was just like, I want another one. And so your mind can be changed. Okay, truth number 2, that's like a positive one, is that having a 1, 2, and 3-year-old has made me so intentional with my time. I am so grateful for my kids because, and especially like my first, is they just opened me up to like the things that I was doing in my life that I was just like, why am I doing this? I don't know if that makes sense, but like, for example, before I had my first child, I was a high school math teacher, and I liked doing that. I did. It fulfilled me maybe like 80-85%, which is really good. But there was like a part of me that had started this YouTube channel, that had started like thinking of maybe other things that I enjoyed more doing with my time. And so when my baby was born, that's when I just like realized how valuable time was. I ended up quitting my job as a teacher. I was supposed to go back and I didn't go back. It just like changed my life, of course, as a child does. But in a way of like, I'm not sacrificing my life for this child. It's like this child opened my eyes to like what I wasn't living up to in myself. And so when you have a baby, right, a lot of your time and energy goes to them, which is honestly, I think, amazing. But at the same time, it just really makes you use the time that you're not giving to taking care of them to like really decide what you really want to do. So I didn't want to teach. I decided to do more. I wanted to do something else. And so I quit that job. And then I also, after I had her and I like quit my job, I decided I wanted to work again. And so I ended up getting a part-time work from home job, which was great because, you know, it allowed me more time with my daughter than I would have had if I was going to work full-time, and just more time for myself. And then when I had my second child, I decided that was too much for me. So then I quit that job. And so after I had my second child is when I went all in on my business, which has been amazing. And then, I mean, after I had my third child, I feel like I was already working on my business and I just got like even more just like honed in on what I want to do in my business. So, yes, having kids makes you more intentional with your time, but also like I'm just like grateful for kids. Basically what it came down to was I was taking care of 2 under 2. So I had 2 under 2 and then I had 3 under 3 and now I have a 1, 2, and 3-year-old. But when I had 2 under 2 and I was working part-time from home and like squeezing in work kind of around their schedules when they were sleeping, I was like, this is not it. Any of my free time with my kids is going to work for somebody else. Like I didn't enjoy that. So I was like, how can I fix that so that I am just making sure that my time is going to me when it's extra time, and when I'm working on my business that I'm really passionate about, that feels like time going to me. Having a 1, 2, and 3-year-old makes you super intentional with your time and with your boundaries and what you are allowing in to your life and some of the things you need to let go of in your life. So that is a definitely a truth that I've had with having a 1, 2, and 3-year-old. Tip number 3, which I feel like goes with journaling, because I feel like journaling is a way for you to be honest with yourself. But when you have a 1, 2, and 3-year-old, you have to be really honest with yourself about what supports that you need. The first person that you can rely on for support is your partner. If you have a partner with your kids, which I do, I have a very loving husband, and it takes time, but like we've gotten into a kind of flow and system of like what we are drawn to as parents and what we are good at as parents. I mean, I think we're both good parents. I mean, that there's a tip coming later with that one, but we are trying our best as parents. And so when I talk about supports, it's like, what do I need? It's like, okay, I decided that I don't really care to make dinner. And I mean, I can, and I'm decent at it, like maybe decent at it, but my husband's a really good cook and he loves cooking, so we talked about it, and like he handles dinner usually, right? Like we kind of usually come up with it together, but like I can know that like he is going to cook dinner every night. I don't have to do that myself, and I handle the childcare while he is at work. So it's like we kind of like switch off with the supports that we need. Another thing that I feel like he is really good at that I've been learning to be better at is like he like knows when he's tapped out. He just kind of like removes himself and like goes to the room and just takes a little breather. I've had to get better at that, of like, okay, I am maxed out right now, I am overstimulated, I gotta go, and like communicate that with him. So you just have to be really honest with the support you need, one, in your partner, but even like besides that, there's other supports that you can find in your life. For example, I wanted more childcare in my life, but like I'm kind of picky on like who watches my kids, And so we ended up moving this year to be closer to grandparents who love our kids, who love to watch them. So we have that extra support and love. And yes, they watch our kids, but even if they don't watch our kids, they just like are there to like love our kids too. So like, what support do you want to surround yourself with? Like, find good friends that like have the same family values as you, or way they like to raise their kids as you, right? You just want to like find those supports. Another support that I have really enjoyed is, again, with childcare and like watching my children besides me. Like, I love being the primary caregiver, but I need some breaks sometimes. I've decided that like the best childcare for our situation with a 1, 2, and 3-year-old is me going somewhere. Like, someone coming to my house just doesn't really work, especially because I work from home. Like, it can work, but like for me, I love the gym child watch. We had a child watch in our old house, and now we're looking to get one in our new house. And so like, I love gym child watch because then I can work out, my kids can get, can learn from different environments and with different babysitters or caregivers, which has been like really, really nice for me as someone who like really likes to take care of my kids and is really particular about who watches my kids. The other like support that you might need is just like taking care of yourself, like self-care support. So like, of course, I journal pretty much every day. I love to read. That helps me just kind of like tap into my mind in another way. I love to exercise. I love to eat healthy. This is kind of a random one, but like, I know when I'm hungry, I am super snappy with my kids. Like, if I'm mean or yell at my kids, it's usually because I'm starving. So I make sure to feed myself really good. I like have to know what foods I need to buy. It's just like a whole process, which again, my bullet journal helps me do. So if you need a bullet journal to help organize your mom life, make sure you hit me up. Truth number 4, last truth that I've learned recently with the 1, 2, and 3-year-old is that parenting takes time to learn how to do. Fortunately for me, I am someone where like things just kind of come naturally to me. So that's another thing, right? I mentioned that like my daughter was super easy. In fact, most of my babies were really easy, which made it really easy for me to want a 1, 2, and 3-year-old. But the other thing that like is maybe a little bit unique about me is I just kind of like pick up on things fast. So like, maybe you could say that like I picked up on motherhood fast. Again, I mostly think it's because my baby was easy, but like I also just like to dive into things when I get new things. So obviously I've dove into motherhood and just like, let's do this, let's have our babies, which I didn't think was going to happen. Something that I've learned for myself is that like, I sometimes get frustrated, especially with social media, because you can see so many examples of parents and how people are parenting or mothering their children and feel like, wow, like I suck, like why can't I do that? But like we know with babies, like they grow so fast that like, if you have a newborn and you're watching this video, I have 2 more kids than you, and I'm like years ahead of you, and a year in baby like growth is like 10 years. Anyways, all I'm saying is that parenting takes time, and this is something that I am getting used to, that like my parenting style is changing and growing, and I'm still learning. Like, I am not a perfect parent, and it can be hard when you see so many other versions of parents around you, or someone who's like a few years ahead of you, or 10 years ahead of you, or even like another generation above you, like your parents or your grandparents, and they just like know everything. Well, it's like, yeah, they know everything. Well, not they know everything, but like, yeah, they raised kids from baby to adult. They have that perspective. Like, I only have the perspective of the kids that I have right now. Any sort of books or resources or people that I look up to that I've tried to gain insights into parenthood, those are the resources I have, and my like lived in experience. But lately I've just decided that like, I am not a perfect parent, and I don't 100% know my parenting philosophy on everything, especially like kids and teenagers and preteens. Like, I'm not there yet. Like, where I am at is at babies and toddlers, and I'm giving it my all here. And I definitely have taken what I've learned with my first and second kid and applying it to my third. So that's making it easier, sure, but also like my philosophy as a parent is growing and evolving, and honestly, like, just getting started. I know I have 3 kids, but like, I still feel like I'm just finally getting to like, oh, these are my values as a parent. Like, this is what I want to make sure I'm teaching and instilling in my kids. I mean, I'm being very thoughtful and intentional with my babies and toddlers, but like, it's just gonna keep coming, and I'm just have every day to keep practicing and getting better at it. Okay, do I want more? That's like the last question that I have here. I want to say one more thing that's not really like a truth about having a 1, 2, and 3-year-old, but I probably should have put it in there too. Is just that they actually play with each other so well that it is so amazing. So if you're someone who's like not sure if you want more kids, or I don't know, all I'm saying is, especially since we moved into our new house, my older 2 played together constantly. When we go to the park, I don't have to do anything. They can just entertain each other in a way that makes it easier. Like, yes, they have very intense individual needs right now as a 1, 2, and 3-year-old, but like together they are so happy, and I'm so grateful that I have given my daughter's sisters, they have a sister for each other. I'm so grateful I have given them all siblings they get to hang out with all the time, and truly, like, they entertain each other, which is just like amazing, and I feel lucky that I get to like witness it and be along for the ride too. I love it. But again, think about all my situation and why it's worked for me, and hopefully some of this has helped you. So, do I want more kids? Yes. Well, I love babies, so that's another thing that's made me want to have babies, is that I just like love babies. In fact, my older sister just had a baby, and it made me just like want another one. Like, right now I was like, I want another one. But like I said earlier, like, now that I am no longer really breastfeeding, again, almost done, I'm not pregnant, I am just like, oh my gosh, I have so much free mental space right now. I feel like I've gained a lot of freedom just by not having those 2 things, which I'm a little excited about. And so, again, social media sometimes makes you want to, like, even just the fact that I have a 1, 2, and 3 right now, like, that's just so fun to say. I started being like, oh, I want to have a 1, 2, 3, and 4-year-old, like, next year. I'm like, no, I don't want that. Or not like I don't want that, but just like, why am I shooting for that? What's the goal there? Like, what actually do I want? So I do want another baby. I think my mind could be changed that 4 is the number that I want, so we for sure want another one. But I also feel like, you know, if this is all we have, I have a beautiful full life. And I also feel like a bigger gap between my kids could be nice for me, for my kids, even give them a chance to kind of like grow and learn and develop, and then they get to have a baby too. I don't know, I'm thinking I want another one, and I'm thinking I want a little bit of a longer break. I also just like ran a 5K last weekend, and am wanting to like use my body in that way. Like, I have been using my body for growing and bearing children for the past 5 years, and that's been a lot on my body, and I am so grateful and like proud of my body for doing that. But like, I want to start using my body for like other things, like physical exercise, which I feel like is really important. And so I'm getting excited about those things. So here's my honest answer for you. It could change. You never know. I could end up with 1 million kids. After I had my first and I held her in my arms, I told Spencer I wanted 12. But now that we have 3, I'm like, oh, that's 3 humans. Like, 12 humans is a lot. It's not just a baby. I've been so in this baby phase of like, anytime my child has turned 1, I've been pregnant with another. So it's just felt like starting over almost, like they're never going to grow up. But now that my 1-year-old is 1 and I'm not pregnant, I'm like, oh, it is true what they say. Like, time goes by so fast. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I want to post a bullet journal spread up / plan with me at the beginning of the month, and maybe 1 or 2 other kind of videos like this, so if you have any other topics that you want me to talk about, I'm going to link a few other videos that I've talked about that are similar to this, And we will see you in the next one, guys. Thank you.